Hi boys and girls, I'm Ms. Moran and welcome to your math lesson. So before we start, let's go over what we're going to learn and the steps we're going to take today. So today and this week we're going to learn about shapes. We're going to learn everything about 2D shapes. 2D shapes just means they're shapes that are flat. And so we're going to talk about the square, the triangle, the circle, rectangle, and oval. We're going to talk about how many sides does it have and how many vertices does it have. And in real life, what a real life object shaped as. For example, here this cheese is shaped like a square, right? So we're going to be talking and learning about that today. And then for today's homework, we're going to try to match up real life things to their shape. For example, you might have a picture of a slice of watermelon. And what shape is that? It looks like a what? Like a triangle, right? So we will pair that up with the triangle. Alright, so let's get started with today's lesson. So today, we're going to talk about the name of the shape, how many sides, how many vertices, and what objects in real life have that shape. So the first shape we're going to talk about is the square, and this is how you spell square, okay? So square, you draw it like this. So a square has the same, the sides are all the same size, okay? So the sides is just the lines that go around, I guess. That's the best way to explain it. So we're going to look at the sides, how many sides the square has. So I'm going to draw it. That's one side. That's two sides. That's three sides. And that's four sides. So you can count them like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're going to count the vertices. Vertices is a big word, but all of it means is the corners. So like the little points, the corners, how many corners does it have? So let me draw another square here. And we can, since we made lines here so we don't get confused, we can make circles on the vertices. Remember, the vertices are the corners. So there's one corner, two corners, three corners, 4 corners, or vertices, okay? So the square has 4 sides and 4 vertices, or 4 corners, or 4 little points, okay? So some items that are shaped as a square in real life objects could be something like, let me think about it. I think we saw like a cheese, right? On the picture. So I'll draw like a cheese. It's going to be a Swiss cheese. A slice of cheese, you know, like the ones you put in your sandwich. And Swiss cheese has little holes on the cheese. So I'll put like little holes. I don't know if that looks like a cheese, but it's supposed to be a slice of cheese, okay? A dice is also, the front of the dice can also look like a square. Okay, so let's move on to our next shape. Okay, so our next shape is a triangle. This is how you spell triangle. Okay, so I'm going to draw a triangle right here. There we go. Now we're going to count the sides. The sides are just, the lines that go over it, like the sides basically. So we're going to draw a triangle, and then we're going to count the sides. So that's 1 side, 2 sides, and 3 sides. Okay? Now we're going to do the vertices. Remember, the vertices are just the corners or the points, the little points. So let me draw another triangle. And now we're going to circle the vertices. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So a triangle has 3 sides and 3 vertices. See them right there? And in real life, something that is shaped like a triangle that I can think of right now would be like a pizza slice, right? So let me see if I can draw pizza slice here with pepperoni. It's making me hungry. Okay, so a pizza. All right, so let's move on to our next. All right, so the next shape is going to be a circle, and this is how you write circle. Circle. Okay, now I'm going to draw a circle. So here's a circle. Okay. Now we're going to draw its sides. Actually, a circle has no sides. a circle is circular. See, it doesn't have any like lines to it. It's so circular. So the circle has zero sides. And I kind of like to make my zeros like this, so I'm not confused with an O or a circle. That to me means zero. So that means the circle has no sides. Okay? Now we're going to look at its vertices or the corners. And look at it. Does it have any corners? No, because corners are like the little points, right? So there's no vertices on this one either. So I'm going to put a 0. That's my 0, the way I make a 0. Now let's think about real life objects. What around our life looks like a circle? You know what? I can think of a cookie. So I'm going to draw a cookie, a chocolate chip cookie. Ooh, it's got a lot of chocolate chips. So a cookie. That's a cookie. All right. So far, so good. Okay, so I had to get another paper because I ran out of room. So my next shape that I want to talk about is the rectangle. Rectangle. This is how you spell rectangle. Rectangle is kind of tricky because it kind of looks like a square, but it's not a square. It's not a square because it has 2 short sides and 2 long sides. So it has 2 short sides and 2 long sides, okay? So now let's count the sides. Remember, the sides are like the lines, like this one, and this one, and this one. So we're gonna count them, okay? So I'm gonna draw it again, and I made sure to make 2 short sides and 2 long ones. So we're gonna count. That was 1, 2, 3, and 4. So rectangle has 4 sides. Now we're going to count the vertices. Let me draw it again. Remember, the vertices are the corners or the little points where they meet, where the sides meet, okay? So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the rectangle has 4 sides and 4 vertices or corners, okay? And something in real life that is rectangular shape could be, let me see, like a door. So I'm going to draw a door. I just flipped it over. This was on the sides. Now I stood it up. And then a door with a little doorknob there. Okay? So a door is rectangular. So let's move on to our next shape. Our next shape is an oval. That's how you write oval. Oval looks a little bit like a circle, except that it looks like they stretched it out. So it looks like this. Kind of like an egg, okay? And it's very familiar like the circle. So do we see any straight lines on it? So does it have any sides? No, right? It doesn't have any sides because it's circular like the circle. It's all curved. So it has 0 sides, and remember that's how I'll draw or write the number 0. So now we're going to look at the vertices or the corners. Does the oval have any corners or vertices? No, right? It doesn't have any points where they meet because it's all round or circular. So there are no vertices or no corners. And what in real life looks like an oval? There's a lot of things that look like an oval, right? But I'm just going to draw an egg. So here is an egg. It's supposed to be an egg. Sorry, Miss Moran doesn't know how to draw very good. Okay, I just wrote egg. So those are the shapes we're going to be looking at today. So we looked at the square. It has 4 sides, 4 vertices, and the cheese looks like a square, a slice of cheese. We looked at the triangle. The triangle has 3 sides, 3 corners, and the pizza has the shape of a triangle. We looked at the circle, and we learned that it has no sides, and it has no vertices because it's all curved. It doesn't have any lines, any points to them. And a cookie looks like a circle, right? Then we talked about the rectangle. We learned that it has 4 sides and 4 vertices, and that it kind of looks like the square, but it's not, because the square has the same size of the sides, and the rectangle has 2 short and too long. Alright? So rectangle, 4 sides, 4 vertices, and the door has the shape of a rectangle. And then we talked about the oval, that it kind of looks like the circle, but the circle is really round and the oval is kind of like this stretched it out. We learned that both of them have no sides because they're all circular or curved. We learned that they have no vertices or points or corners because they're all round, and that the egg in real life looks like an oval. Alright, good job. Okay, so before I let you go, let's review real quickly. We talked about shapes today. We talked about how many sides and how many vertices it has, and we talked about real life things that look like that shape. For today's homework, you're going to be pairing up real life objects to its shapes, okay? I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I know it was kind of long. I tried to make it as quick as possible. But we'll see you here tomorrow where we will be continuing to talk about shapes. You have a great day. Bye-bye.